Hello, Jai Siya Ram. So today we are here for a special reason, as you must have read the title. So starting from what my Guru Dev wanted. So Param Pujya Yug Tulsi Shri Ram Kinkar Ji Upadhyay, he was my Guru. He is my Guru, and what he wanted, that Ramcharit Manas. His work based on Ramcharitmanas should be translated in English so that the youth could benefit from it, because he could sense that his lectures were in Hindi and most of the lectures on Ramcharitmanas are in Hindi. You can get English discourses on Bhagavad Gita, but rarely on Ramcharitmanas. And he has done a commendable work on that, and he holds the highest position on in this field also. So I it took me 5 years to understand the half portion of what he said. He said that the translation should be in English and the youth should be benefited from it. And I was doing translation since 5 or 6 years, but gradually I noticed that the visitors were only adults and old age people, and very few youngsters uh, had an interest in those things. So it took me 5 years to understand that I have to target the youth. And so I did a survey, an extensive survey, and I have a diary which is half full, because I did a survey from kids starting from the age of 13 to youth till the age of 23 or 24, and I am still continuing with the survey. You can also write what your problems are in the comment section down below, and I would like to discuss some of the problems which are common. The problems are mixed, that what are the problems of the teenagers and the youth, and also why do they run away from spirituality, from reading Ramcharitmanas and Gita. So let's start, because it will be a long video and I might take some pauses in between because the problems are so many. I tried many times to make a list of final 10 problems, but I was never successful, because every time a new problem added up, and the new problem felt equally important, because the main problem of the kids are that the adults don't understand what they are going through, and the answers that they get from the adults, be it their teachers, be their parents or relatives or any other person, is that you have not seen the world as I have done, so whatever I am telling you, you should abide by it, because I know what is right for you. You are young, you don't know what is right for you, and whatever solutions they give don't seem practical for the kids. Either they don't understand the solutions, or they are very difficult or very boring. So nobody understands how a kid or a youth thinks. So firstly, it is necessary that you understand their way of thinking, and you have that empathy where you can feel their pain, their confusion, their lack of energy, their addictions. You can guide them the way they feel comfortable. So today I will be discussing few problems of the youth. As I said, it would be a mixture of what problems they have, and also why they run away from spirituality. So let's start. So if we talk about the scriptures, the first thing that they complain is that the language is difficult. Either it is in Sanskrit or even if it is translated in Hindi, they don't understand that kind of Hindi. And even if the Ramcharit Manas is in Hindi, which it is not exactly Hindi, they are not able to understand it. So that is the first problem. The second problem is they don't want to. And yeah, we have to accept that they don't want to. And why they don't want to has many layers. The first problem is, why should they? Why should they? And the second is, even if they open it and read it, if they understand the language, it is very boring or very difficult. And they think that even if they want to, then their parents or relatives or other people would say that this is not your age to read all this. You should focus on your studies, have fun, and all that. And those very same people will, criticize them from morning till night, and they have no acceptance for any of the things that these people do, these kids and these youth, the way they dress, the way they enjoy, the way they express themselves, they just don't like anything. So there is a huge communication gap between each of them. The adults think the kids are not respecting me, they are not responding well to me, and the kids are like, when you criticize me all the time, why should I talk to you so that you can criticize me further? So it is very important. And the thing is that kids cannot think like adults, so adults can think like kids because they were also kids during some time of their life, so they know. But they did the same mistakes when they were kids or when they were young, and now they criticize those kids for the same things. They are not giving any alternatives, but they are saying, don't do this, don't do that, don't talk like this, stand like this, sleep like this, eat like this. So kids are really frustrated. So you have to understand their problem. And the biggest problem then is that they don't want to see the face of the scriptures, and you are asking them to come to the family prayers to read the scriptures, and yeah, that's not done. You have to accept it. So let's continue with the problems. So as I told you, these problems, they are fed up of their elders talking to them in the language they don't understand, as I told you. So the problem mainly of the teenagers, as we know that they are having hormonal changes which they don't understand, because they are having some changes in their body, they are having vital changes in their way of thinking, in the way that they look at the world. They don't understand what is happening to them, and when they don't behave in the manner that they used to do, the adults find it different and they find it disrespectful, and all this comes. And there are many problems of the teenagers. I have written it down. The other problem is that there is so much competition, and in my relation also I have found out that even if the kid does so well, the parents are never happy, and they force them to do better and better and better. Yeah. So, and there is a confusion, what should be the choice of career. And because of these hormonal changes and puberty and all those things, the kids live in imaginary world, because they don't know the difference between the reality and the things that they think are real. I mean, they don't know. the world is so ruthless and they are innocent. So it is like a small kid is putting his hand in fire because he doesn't know what fire is, so it is not his fault. So I hope you understand that. And the worst thing is that the kids don't have any past. They don't have any past experience from which they can relate anything and decide whether it is right or wrong based on the past outcomes of the deeds they did. So they rely on their parents and all the other adults, and they also never thought that what should be done, what is right, what is wrong, and they were like on autopilot mode or a mechanical mode. They never used their intellect. Their intellect is not developed at all. So I know uh, I can get killed for saying all this. So and the teenagers have to face bullying. We know all this. Teenagers as well as youth, they have to face bullying, and they when they have those feelings of jealousy and other things, there's no one to guide them. There is so much curiosity and there is so much resistance to change because they get comfortable, and then they have to face new challenges and there's no one to tell them how to deal with them. And there is so much curiosity in their mind, but there's no one who can tell them that who can answer their questions. So the kids ask questions, but they always get weird replies, or they are said don't ask too many questions, focus on your studies and all. And so they are frustrated. They uh, they use inappropriate ways to get rid of their curiosity. The answers that they get might not be the right answers, but they don't have any choice. So they feel lonely, and they feel like there are some voids, and to fill their voids they do various things which the parents don't like, but there are no alternatives. So this is a big point, they have no alternatives. And all these problems uh, result in no focus. There are so many distractions, and society has very less acceptance to youth's thinking or the teenagers thinking. The worst part is that they themselves don't know what they really want. There is no right direction in which they can move, and then they do things that grant them instant gratification, and that could be access to social media or some addiction or watching TV or things like that. But as I told you, I don't remember have I told you or not, these things keep you busy, but they don't lead you anywhere. They don't uh, add value to you. Not values, I mean they don't have any benefit related to your personality or your career or anything. And then what happens, that there is conflict and guilt comes in, and that is the worst part. And there is no one to resolve that conflict or make them help them to come out of that guilt. Yes, this is really very sad. And as we know, in a class, not everyone can come first. So only one person comes first, and the rest are the second, third, fourth, and some fail. So nobody tells them how to handle failure and rejection. And failure and rejection is not only in studies; it is in other spheres of life as well. So know it well, what are the failures and rejection. So there's no support system around them, lack of support system. They are left to themselves. As I told you, they have no past database, they have no experience, they are young, and still the parents think that as soon as they are born they should know everything and act according to that, and they expect them to be 100% perfect, even if the adults themselves are not. Nobody is perfect, but they expect their children or students, if they are teachers, to be perfect, and that is very bad. So as I told you that children go to these things for instant gratification, that is, they feel good somehow, and then they choose a wrong track and they feel good, and then when they compare, they feel that they should repeat those actions which made them feel good. They feel relaxed, and instead of focusing on things that they should, they focus on instant gratification because it makes them feel good for at least some time. And so there is a relapse because the main problem is not dealt with. um, so let me see what other problems I can tell. um, if we talk about spirituality, the kids think that if everything is by God's will, then why should we make efforts? Yes, so they become lazy, and they lose self confidence, feel inferior, they feel insulted because they are not appreciated for their efforts. If they feel good, then nobody says that you did so good. Everybody says that चलो भगवान की कृपा से तुम्हारा इतना अच्छा हो गया, you did so well because of grace of God. So it doesn't sound good for them because they don't know who is God. You have to understand it. Even you don't know who is God. Even I completely don't know who is God. So they don't like it. And yes, I forgot the biggest point is that is comparison. So their self-respect is defined by the success of the other. The parents keep telling them that you are no good or you are not as good as someone else, and they can see the same thing happening in the lives of their parents who are competing with someone else and defining their success by the comparison with someone else. So these things are never ending, so they don't know exactly what to do, to which level, and so on. And the natural things that are happening with them, as I told you, the hormonal changes and the physical changes and the thinking that they develop, like they have attraction towards the opposite person, the opposite gender, or the opposite sex, I should call it directly. So nobody is there to guide them how should they progress in that direction. Should or shouldn't they only tell you you should not do this thing is bad, but their body and mind is saying something else. So these are so big problems. Everything is parents look at everything on the grounds of morality, or even the teachers or the society, and it never thinks about the feelings and emotions of the um, child or the youth. So I will also address more problems in coming future because I think these are too many, but as a viewer, if you are a kid, a teenager, or a young boy or girl, I would like to invite more inputs from you, that what are your main problems. And the thing is that I will solve your problems by giving examples from our scriptures. So doesn't it sound very interesting? So if I can do that, then you can also solve your problems yourself, and not blame the society, the teachers, your parents. Because what I want is that you should take your own responsibility, because whatever you do, you will have to face the outcome of that. So if you take the advice, you can take advice, because it is very good to take advice, but you never know that whose advice you are taking and what it will lead to. So to get the right advice, and you will know when you will follow the advice, if you listen to my these sessions and you get any insight, then you can work on it for few days or weeks, and if you get good results, then you can continue following that, or else you can keep following the advice which you were already doing. And yeah, I don't have any, I cannot even force you, I know, and I don't have any intention to force you. So let's give a try. As you said, try Martha. So let's give it a try, and tell me your problems, your main problems. And it would be better that if you tell me what you have done for those problems, or what do you think, but please be honest, because don't talk very high that honesty is the best policy and things like that. Tell me what you have really done for that, and if you haven't, if you are really interested to know what should you do to better your life, to achieve the goals of your life, to be successful. Because in Ramcharitmanas I forgot to tell the main thing which can inspire you. The people that user interface, right? So the people that are the mediators between the scriptures and you, they are the user interface, and they give you the filtered knowledge which is not even filtered well. So they tell you that money is bad, or desires are bad, or relation with the opposite gender is bad. They only talk about dharma and moksha, but Ramcharitmanas doesn't do that. It says that money is equally important, desires are equally important, and even before they talk of dharma and moksha, they talk of these two. And we experience these two more in our lives than dharma or moksha. So let's start from the very basics, and now I think you will be feeling free to communicate with me, and I am 100% sure that I will be of some help to you. But you should also be keen to help yourself, and stop this blame game. I know you don't blame anyone, but you are yourself suffering so much. So I am here to help you, I understand you. So please feel free to communicate with me, tell me your problems and what you have done till now, but it's not working, or is it working for you. And we will have interactive sessions, although I will not be live so soon, because I'm not that confident, but gradually we will also have live sessions. So for this moment, you can write in the comment section below. So taking leave of you, have a nice time, enjoy, bye, Jai Siya Ram.